the heart of the Roman Empire, Marcus Aurelius, both a philosopher and an emperor, was a living testament to the principles of Stoicism. Legend has it that he possessed a mysterious orb, said to have the power to show one's innermost thoughts. Though scholars doubt the orb's existence, the tales told about it serve as a striking metaphor for Stoicism itself. On a winter's eve in 168 AD, a young soldier named Lucius was summoned to the emperor's tent. "Lucius, they say you struggle with rage and despair. Look into the orb and tell me what you see," Marcus Aurelius said, lifting a veil to reveal the fabled object. Nervously, Lucius peered into the orb. For a moment he saw his own reflection, but then the orb clouded over with scenes of his past, arguments with his father, the death of his sister, battles lost and won. "Enough," said Marcus, covering the orb. "What did you learn?" "I saw my life, the good and the bad," Lucius replied, "and my heart felt heavy." "Remember, Lucius, you have no control over the past or the uncertainties of battle. What you can control are your thoughts and actions right now. That is the essence of Stoicism." Lucius looked up, his eyes meeting Marcus Aurelius. The young soldier felt a burden lift, as if the orb had not just shown him his life, but also a path forward. The story of Marcus Aurelius and his mystical orb, whether real or fictional, is a parable for the core tenets of Stoicism and how they can be applied to manage one's emotions effectively. Through the tale of Marcus Aurelius and his orb, we come to understand that the teachings of Stoicism serve as a guide for emotional clarity, whether faced with the trials of war or the challenges of everyday life. These principles help us navigate our path with a balanced mind and heart. In the modern world, the pursuit of happiness often revolves around acquiring material possessions, social status, or external validations. However, from a Stoic perspective, happiness is an entirely different concept. For the Stoics, happiness is not about what we have, but about how we think and the virtues we cultivate. Stoicism, a Hellenistic philosophy founded in Athens by Zeno of Citium in the early 3rd century BC, teaches that the path to true happiness lies in the understanding and practice of virtue. According to Stoic philosophy, there are 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By cultivating these virtues, individuals can live in accordance with nature or reason, which is the ultimate aim of life for Stoics. The Stoics believe that emotional suffering is the result of errors in judgment, and that a sage or a person who has attained moral and intellectual perfection would not suffer from such emotions. To put it simply, our emotional reactions are within our control, even if external events are not. This understanding places happiness within the individual's control, regardless of external circumstances. One of the core Stoic practices for achieving this state is the concept of the dichotomy of control, famously discussed by Epictetus. The idea is to focus only on things within one's control, like our own beliefs, judgments, and actions, while accepting everything else as it occurs. In this context, happiness comes from a disciplined mind that avoids the pitfalls of irrational desires for things outside one's control. Marcus Aurelius frequently used a technique known as negative visualization to appreciate what he had rather than longing for what he didn't. By imagining the loss of everything from material possessions to loved ones, he found himself more appreciative and less attached to these external variables. By grounding his expectations in reality, he was better equipped to handle whatever came his way. Stoic happiness also involves a sense of community and social duty. Stoics believe that we are rational beings who are part of a larger rational cosmos. As social animals, our happiness is intertwined with the happiness and virtue of others. Therefore, Stoic philosophy emphasizes treating others with kindness, fairness, and respect. In essence, Stoicism teaches that happiness is a byproduct of virtue. It isn't something to be pursued for its own sake, but rather something we find in the pursuit of a virtuous and meaningful life. By understanding the nature of the world and our place in it, and by practicing self-control and rationality, we can achieve a form of happiness that is both lasting and fulfilling. In a world that often equates happiness with material gain, Stoicism offers a different path, a life of simplicity, focus and virtue, leading to true, enduring happiness. Stoicism teaches that some things are within our control, while others are not. Understanding this distinction can help reduce stress, anxiety, and emotional suffering. Accept what you cannot change and focus on what you can. Like looking into Marcus' orb, being aware of our emotions and thoughts at the moment allows us to react appropriately. Stoicism recommends periodic self-reflection to understand our emotional state better. Emotions can cloud our judgment and make situations appear worse than they are. Stoicism encourages to look at the facts and remove emotional biases when making decisions or reacting to events. Stoicism places a great deal of emphasis on personal virtue. Being honest, just, and courageous helps us act in a manner that is congruent with our values, making it easier to manage emotions such as guilt, shame, or regret. The philosophy teaches that hardships and challenges are a natural part of life. Instead of being overwhelmed by adversity, Stoicism helps us build emotional resilience by reminding us that suffering is a part of the human experience. Stoicism teaches us to focus on the present moment, as it is the only thing we can truly control. By keeping our attention on the here and now, we can manage our emotional responses more effectively. The ethics of Stoicism offer not just grand theories, but also practical wisdom for a balanced and meaningful life. Imagine waking up each morning and taking a few quiet moments to contemplate the day ahead. You think about the meetings at work, the traffic on the drive, or even the weather. It's not about worry, but preparation, getting your mind ready for the challenges and reminding yourself to react in line with Stoic principles. As the day comes to an end, the Stoic ethic prompts you to reflect on your actions, thoughts, and emotions. Did you keep your cool during that frustrating team meeting? Did you maintain composure when the traffic got unbearable? It's a daily exercise in self-awareness that calls for continuous improvement, leading you to a more virtuous life. Throughout the day, you encounter numerous situations, some delightful, others not so much. The Stoic mindset helps you discern what's within your control and what's not. Stress often arises from wanting to control every aspect of life, and Stoicism teaches you to let go of that urge. Instead, you channel your energy into your thoughts, actions, and emotions, the real sectors where you can make a difference. And then there are those high stress moments where emotions threaten to spill over. Stoicism equips you with the skill of emotional intelligence. Before you react, you pause, you breathe, you ask yourself if this emotional reaction will be in harmony with Stoic principles. The aim is not to suppress your emotions, but to respond to them with rational thought. Stoicism also encourages you to ponder on negative scenarios, losing a job, failing an exam, or even losing a loved one. While it might seem like a pessimistic approach, visualizing these situations helps you appreciate what you have and reduces the emotional blow if such events do occur. Life's obstacles, in the Stoic view, are not setbacks but opportunities for growth. Every challenge, be it at work or in personal relationships, is a chance to practice virtues like patience, resilience, or even creativity. The obstacle, as the saying goes, becomes the way. Mindfulness is another gift from Stoicism, allowing you to savor the present moment. Imagine eating a meal and tasting every flavor, noting every texture, and appreciating the aroma. This focus on the present moment is an exercise in self-awareness and an opportunity to find joy in simple things. A journal can be your Stoic companion, capturing your day-to-day journey in this ancient philosophy. Not just a diary, but a tool that lets you look back, learn, and fine-tune your future actions. It serves as a mirror, reflecting your mental and emotional state, and a guide that keeps you aligned with Stoic principles. But Stoicism isn't all about self-reflection and individual virtues. It extends into the community. Imagine performing random acts of kindness, not as an exception, but as a rule, without expecting anything in return. It brings Stoic ethics into the public sphere, making virtue a shared pursuit. By weaving these Stoic principles seamlessly into your everyday life, you don't just understand Stoicism, you live it. It's an ongoing journey, an effort to navigate the complexities and challenges of life with balance, wisdom, and equanimity. Stoicism teaches that happiness doesn't lie in emotional highs or material gain, but in a life lived in harmony with virtue and reason. And it's this harmony that will guide you through life's inevitable ups and downs.